Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Could be morning, could be afternoon, depending on where you are joining us from or the time that you are getting to listen to this, the replay of this recording. I want to say welcome to the Daisy World Multiplier System. My name is Solomon James, and I will be your anchor for tonight. Now, there's something happening that we've been quite excited with for a while now, and it's always a delight to throw more light and expose people who are joining us for the first time to see what this is all about and how they can also participate and enjoy what we are all participating in. So just give me a few minutes and then we will be going into a deeper unveiling of what this is all about, especially for those joining us for the very first time. But before we go into that, I'd like to give an intro that will set the tone for tonight's meeting. So please just sit back and take a listen.
What if you could have the advantage of owning stock equity in the most disruptive financial technology companies before they go public, and at the same time earn ongoing profit-sharing rewards and income simply by becoming a part of a record-breaking crowdfunding platform? Profits, equity, and income. Welcome to Daisy. Daisy, which stands for Decentralized AI System, is a smart contract crowdfunding model that is truly breaking industry records. And with over 100,000 contributors and over 120 million in contributions in its first 30 days, Daisy is positioned to be the fastest billion-dollar project of its kind. For as little as a 100 USDT contribution, Daisy members have instant access to profits, equity, and income. And it is all done with 100% transparency on the blockchain. The first technology company that the Daisy community is crowdfunding is Endotech, a brilliant financial technology team that has developed the AI backbone for many of the top financial institutions around the world and is now developing the next generation of AI trading technology for today's financial markets, including digital currency. During Daisy's Phase 1 crowdfunding window, every member who contributes $100 or more will receive stock equity in Endotech prior to the company going public. And it doesn't stop with equity. Every member also receives 70% of the profit rewards generated from the ongoing performance of Endotech's AI trading system. Daisy's first crowdfunding phase has a limited placement of 500 million USDT into live trading for the purpose of testing and development, and has already exceeded 60 million in just the first 30 days of being live. And because Daisy is a 100% peer-to-peer model, over 50 million USDT has been rewarded directly to the Daisy members by the smart contract. Daisy has been recognized as the most powerful community and crowdfunding model ever created, where every member can have profits, equity, and income, even if you never refer a single person. If you love the idea of benefiting from emerging financial technology companies, if you want to take advantage of the digital currency revolution, regardless of if the markets are up or down, and if you're open to diversifying your profits, equity, and income, we hope that you will accept our invitation to learn more and watch the next video. It could very well be the smartest 10-minute decision you have ever made.
Okay, and there you have it. Profit, equity, and income. How does that play? How do you begin in participating to get profit, equity, and income? Well, it all begins by becoming a venture capitalist with as little as $100. Yes, you can be a part of our venture capitalist system with as little as $100, and let's show you how. But first, you must understand what venture capital is. Venture capital, or VC as it's been referred to by others, is a form of private equity and is a type of financing that investors provide to start up companies and business and small businesses that are believed to have long-term growth potential. So the key word here is not the short-term win thing, it's a long-term perspective. And once they see that this has the capacity for a long-term growth potential, then they are willing to commit their funds to backing it up. So venture capital generally comes from well-off investors, they come from investment banks, and they come from any other financial institutions, which is why many times you only get to see a project when it has evolved into a bigger phase. But at the beginning budding stage, when they are making these raises, many of us are not aware because these things are actually being taken off by the investment banks and the financial institutions. Well, that story is about to change. First, did you know that brands that a lot of us are also familiar with, brands like Netflix, Shopify, Uber, Airbnb, and many others, all needed venture capital. And the interesting thing is that this venture capital, at least that put in their funds to back up these brands, all made big profit. I mean, Netflix is a household name today. Uber is a household name. Shopify, Airbnb. If they were to take the clock back, and they say, look, we are starting all over again. Will you be willing to participate? Well, it seems as if they've already gone ahead and they might not be going back to start the process. However, that is still available with something we'll be discussing tonight. I'd like to share the story of a young man called Nasri Jones. Could they call him Rapper Nas? In 2013, about 8 years ago, this entertainer got wind that Coinbase was entering into the crypto space. 2013 still quite early, and not a lot of people didn't believe in it, so they wanted to set up exchanges and all those. And with what he had seen, what the numbers looked like, and what they were promising, he used his Queensbridge venture partners and joined in making a contribution of about 100 to 500,000 US dollars in what they call a Series B, because as at that time, Coinbase was actually seeking for 25 million US dollars, okay, in a Series B. I mean, Series A has been done and by raising money, and they needed to raise another round of money, $25 million. Well, I don't know whether I had more than that, but sometimes, some people just want to test with their toes and see if it's something they want to do. Well, he committed between $100,000 to 500,000 US dollars. Now, understand when we're defining venture capitalists, and we said that they get involved with projects that have the potential for a long-term growth. So this wasn't something that himself was even looking for a return the next week, the next 3 months, because he understands that being an entrepreneur himself. Well, it took 8 years for Coinbase to go public. And April this year, Coinbase went public. And guess what? Rapana's 100,000 to 500,000 US dollars was worth over $100 million. Over $100 million. And on that very first day, he had scoped out about $40 million from the Coinbase IPO. So someone might say, wow, he's lucky. Look at how he converted $100,000 to over 40 million at a swap. But listen, it didn't happen overnight, but that's also because he had put his money where his mouth was also. He saw the numbers, he believed, and he put in the money. He wasn't running the affairs of Coinbase, but when it was time to go public, he was cashing big. That same opportunity available to us tonight. Now, what if you could participate in a venture capital raise of the world's biggest financial technology project with as little as $100? Remember, Rapanas was putting in 100 to 500,000 US dollars, and that's even still small because most of these things running, they were looking for 25 million. Okay, we're talking about 8 years ago. 25 million, even $100,000 8 years ago was quite substantial. So, what if you could participate today in a project similar to that with as little as $100? Imagine yourself receiving equity, receiving profit from the development of a new technology that has the potential to change the financial trading industry. Well, the best part of this venture capital raise is that it's not only available to the general public, it's only available to the general public. The little guys like me, the little guys like you, I'm not saying you are little, but we do know that it costs substantial millions of dollars sometimes to play in these deals, which is why it's the big end of town that majorly get to hijack it. But today, I think the game has changed, that it's not just for them. We can also be a part of this and take our own cut. Again, already big institutional investment firms are knocking at the door offering their money, but they are not able to participate because you can. Now, there are three simple ways or three types of people when it comes to money and wealth creation. And it's better we set this framework because we have a number of people who spend more than they make. Basically, when you ask them how you coping, they say, one and a God, or my brother is God. So it seems as if it is God that is helping them to spend more than they make. We have another category that get to spend all that they make. At the end of the month, the record reads zero. Okay, nothing left, nothing carried over, everything returns back to zero. It's like factory setting. We have a third category that are very, very intentional, that they spend less than they make, putting the surplus to work. Some of us will say what we make is never enough. How can we now even be spending less? Well, I didn't tell you that it was going to be easy, but it's something you've got to be truly intentional if you truly want to create wealth and have money cash flow. Well, there are two simple ways, again, to create passive cash flow, wealth, and financial independence. One is to have your capital. It could be cash, it could be crypto, it could be other asset classes, and you put your capital to work, and thereby you generate profit, which is very, very, very germane, very, very important for us if we truly want to live a financial independent life. For some of us, you don't have cash, you don't have crypto, you don't have asset classes, you don't have land, and a lot of things. Then you may have to put in what we call the sweat equity. It could be a job, and a job is legitimate. Don't let everybody look down on it and tell you it's just over broke and other trash that people recycle. There is dignity in labor. It might not be where you want, but it's something that takes you out of your house, put food on your table, and give you at least shelter or clothing or whatever it is through that job, as long as it's legitimately earned. But you see, the concept here is not whether you like it, because it's a journey, it's a process. But while you are taking that journey using your sweat equity, and you are getting in exchange for your sweat equity cash, money, you take that and you build capital. And you've now put that capital to work, which is why if you do not have extra cash flow, it doesn't matter the opportunities that fly around, you may never get it. Some people come and say, I bought a car, Jesus price. I say there's nothing like Jesus price. It is the person that has the money that will buy it. If a Muslim saw the car and had the cash, he would have bought it. They will not say, oh, it's Jesus Jesus is not the dealer. If a native doctor had the cash, he would have bought it. So if you believe in your Jesus, then make sure you have enough sense to keep extra cash flow in case opportunities come, for you to be able to pick up those opportunities that might come your way. Now, financial independence is basically when you can live off your profit and not to eat your capital. And this is very, very practical every day. This is getting ingrained in me. And I tell people, listen, I do know that the demands on us is increasing by the day. Some of us, that seems we are rising a little bit out of poverty, but the Bible will say, it said, when wealth increase, then that it will also increase. So you find out that you're dependent, and your expenses just keep rising to catch up. That's what is called the Parkinson's law, where your expenses always rises to catch up with whatever you make. But financial independence is basically when you're not living off the profit. You don't have to touch your capital, which is why you are putting your capital to work, and that capital gets to generate more money. Then you eat off that capital. As a matter of fact, in my own record, in my own book, if your capital generates profit, you are not supposed to even touch that profit. The essence for your capital is not to buy stuff. The essence of your capital is to buy more income. It is the income of your income that you can begin to spend if you truly want sustainable wealth, because you are just one leg away from getting back to poverty. Because if you just from your capital, you make a little money, then you get to spend it. Once that money goes, you are back to the capital. Now you are eating off your capital. Then you are back again. So you get your capital, you generate income, you take the income of that capital that has been produced to get another income. That's basically the simplest way I can define this for you. So wealth is built when you can pay for life luxuries with your profit while your capital grows. Because like I said, when you have your capital producing profit and that profit has produced profit, then you can now be buying things from the profit of your profit with ease of mind. So everybody wants to be free, but you see, listen, talk is cheap. You can confess and confess till you become confused, but you must be very deliberate if you truly seek freedom. Freedom is when you can build capital and you can generate cash flow from anywhere in the world. There are some of us right now, yes, we make money, but listen, if we relocate you now from where you are, you'll find out that your cash flow will drop because your cash flow is geographically tied. But that simply then is not freedom. If anything happens, some of us cannot escape out from that place. Sorry, probably I don't know whether this still makes sense. Sometimes you still see our Eastern brothers tied up in the North. What has happened is that they've built a base in the North. They've built a base in the North. That despite the crisis and everything being threatened, they cannot move, because if they move, they need to reboot, come back to factory setting and start all over again. You can't truly say then that's you've created wealth. Freedom is when you can build your capital, you can generate your cash flow from anywhere in the world. We've got to change that paradigm. In any time of the day, any economic environment, with as little as your phone, your laptop, and internet connection. We had the privilege of listening to Michael Foss last week, and the guy is basically a digital nomad, living anywhere he wishes, just pack up his laptop, pack up his phones, and in the next location, and the money still continues. That is the future. That is what we should be looking at, because at that point in time, you are truly free. So this is your opportunity to create wealth and income and allow us to show you how you can benefit. Now, there's an offering that is available right now. So what's the opportunity offering here? It's an opportunity for equity in an IPO. That's a public offering of a world-leading fintech company. And as you are participating in this, you get passive income from technology trading in multiple asset classes. And while they are trading and building these asset classes for you, remember I said your capital will be put to work. So it's passively working for you. You can withdraw your earnings at any time. Or much more important for me is if you have a long-term perspective, you can begin to compound so that you can build long-term wealth. And I can say this emphatically, wealth is built with a long-term paradigm, not this give us this day our daily bread. Our daily bread, you are a hunter. Wealth is built as a farmer. You water it, you brood it, you weed it, and you begin to see it grow. So there is also opportunity for you to refer people. There's referral income that comes from this, and it can become very life-changing. It's 100% optional. You mustn't do it, but it's something that I personally know is life-changing. So what we have here is a fusion of AI and fintech. What is fintech? Fintech is financial technology. AI is artificial intelligence. There is a huge opportunity here. Artificial intelligence, AI, as we know it, is used by all top financial institutions right now. And the venture capital raise that we are participating in, just like Rapper Nas, is funding the development of a new super AI. And this super AI is designed to create trading profit unseen before. Now, imagine the days some of us primary school arithmetic, and you are using your hand to be counting 1, 2, 3, to be doing all those arithmetic, as it were. But when you begin to go into higher institution or secondary school, they tell you sine theta, cos theta. You can't use your head to calculate that thing. That's a form of AI because it's bringing results that even your normal Aboki calculator might not carry. So we are having an AI here that is being developed to bring unseen profit in this space. And that's what we are all collectively funded. Remember, when Rapanas was participating in the funding of Coinbase, how many exchanges were available then? Did it look like something for the future? But we saw the result that he got. So this is the largest financial technology development project currently right now in the world. And we are using a crowdfunding model for this venture capital raise, which is for the masses. Remember that the big venture, the big companies wanted to take this, but they were declined. So this project is not about bringing wealth; it's about bringing wealth to the masses, not just only to these institutions that want to capitalize and monopolize everything. And you keep hearing that the rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer. That's because the position, the amount needed to play was always for the rich, what they can afford. But again, I tell people every big dream has a small version, and today we can't play the smaller version of what these big players are getting involved with. And that begins with you contributing as low as $100. So if you feel you do not have up to $100, I'm sorry, I do not know how else you want it to be low. Okay, from $100 contribution up to $102,000, you can decide your level of contribution or participation in this project. And for those of us that get to the to max it out, which is making a contribution of about $102,000, you get to become a VIP. And what that gives you is a private access to this trading technology, where you personally also become a part owner of it on your personal device, and it's creating wealth for you wherever you go. So we have two phases of our community, of the VC community, but the phase one of this is first to raise 10 million US dollars for the development and testing of this super AI. Remember, Rapanas, they were raising Series B was even 25 million. So for us, it's 10 million. And out of this 10 million, already we've raised over $2.7 million for this project. So the project is already in development. And we'll also be raising 500 million US dollars for trading fund for this AI that is being developed. Because one thing for you to develop the AI, you need real fund. It's not just demo. You need real fund. They will demo it, but they need real fund in testing and to make sure it becomes what they really want to create the kind of results that they are seeing. But while they are doing that, they are using their current algorithm, which is the reason why, you see, current version of Apple or your iPhone now wasn't what they began with, but they keep upgrading it and getting it better. So while they're upgrading and working on this super AI, they are using their current algorithm to work on the contributions, the funds that you've contributed. And as they make profit with that, the profits made in the trading fund are now paid back to the contributors. And there are future fundraisers that will be covering the Forex, the stocks, commodity, and trading fund. So basically, we are having a hub where AI will be playing, whether it's in crypto, in Forex, in stock, commodities, futures, and all of that. That's a huge, massive hub to create profit for us in the days ahead. So let's talk about Endotech, the fintech company that is behind the development of this super AI. Endotech has a team of 60 plus AI scientists. They have quants are mathematicians, they have analysts, they have developers, and they have researchers. Endotech is a world leader in creating AI financial technology for institutional investment firms. They've been doing this, and they currently have a white paper detailing this massive project, which was published to get input from the world's top AI and trading minds. So this is not a hush-hush project. The white paper is out because it's quite gigantic what they are trying to accomplish. It's not just using technical analysis with AI, it's also integrating fundamental analysis where the AI can just read news and see what is happening in the digital world and try to analyze the news and take position and a lot of things to make sure it increases your profit. So Endotech plans to become a public company in 2022, bringing their super AI to the financial world. Now, remember that our partners had to wait for 8 years, but we are not waiting for 8 years. By next year, this super AI should be ready and Endotech will be going public. So just as Rapadas had a stake in Coinbase and was beginning to liquidate, some of us might be experiencing this as early as next year. So who is the person pioneering all of this? Is Dr. Anna Baker. She's the CEO of Endotech. She's very passionate about artificial intelligence and she holds a PhD in artificial intelligence and she has been developing financial technologies for over 2 decades. She's an author, speaker, consultant, a world leader in AI financial technology. She has previously created and sold financial technology companies in the Forex sector, and her technologies are currently being used by leading global banks and investment funds globally. Endotech has a roadmap. Again, Endotech is not a startup as it were, because sometimes when you say startup, it's something that just started a couple of months, a few years, but Endotech has been around since 2012. That's when it was registered. And in 2017, they began the development of the trading AI that they are using right now. Then people didn't think it was necessary, but that was launched in 2018 and the commercial use of that AI has been on very, very productive. You've got to go to their Telegram group and see their result. Go to their website, endotech.io, and you see the numbers that they are doing over the long term. So in 2021, we had the launch of this Daisy crowdfund. I had a few of us on this platform. We were privileged to be a part of the beta launch, which took place January this year, just for 4 days, and they shut it down to work on it, to getting the feedback and to rejig, move it from 1 smart contract to 11 smart contracts. And March 30th, this was actually released, which is where we are coming from, and the rest of the world are now becoming a part of this. So in 2022, Daisy AI will be completed. Then, like I said, it will be in the public, the IPO. Then there will be an additional trading covering Forex and others with an additional $1 billion of asset under management to be raised. 2023 or earlier, an additional asset class covering AI stocks, commodities, and the rest. So basically, this is the roadmap, and we are ticking the boxes practically every day. So what's the benefit of this project and how does that work? Well, we are using smart contracts for the deployment of this project because smart contracts are a new technology that ensures that all promised outcomes are delivered. It operates in a decentralized environment on the blockchain, free from human intervention. And this provides full transparency of all transactions for your peace of mind. I mean, some of us have been things, well, I've sent the money, this bank say go to the other bank say we have not received it in the 21st century. And your banks will be telling you wait for 24 hours when things should be happening microseconds. And you just become blind by emails after 24 hours, then the money is returned to you. Probably it was something you needed for an urgent purpose. You can't track it, and probably you've lost it. So with a smart contract, there is full transparency. You know where it is, and you have peace of mind. There's instant payout of the referral earnings to your personal wallet that you control. Now, because it's a smart contract, there is no MD, there's no CEO, there's no finance department. The smart contract is able to distribute the funds without having a back office hold of your money so that it's in your own wallet. It's not on the Daisy wallet, it's on your own wallet that you control. And that gives you control. Because for a lot of us, you make money still what we call back office money. Until that money is under your control, you've still not made that money. So we are using the Tron blockchain for this project because of its attendant benefit. The Tron blockchain is among the fastest and the most scalable blockchains. And the Tron blockchain is a top emerging decentralized app platform. And much more, we are using USDT. USDT is a stable coin. TRC20 is what we are using, a stable coin pegged to the dollar. So when we say 1 USDT, we are saying $1. When we say 100 USDT, we mean $100. So USDT TRC20 dominates all USDT liquidity in the market. So it is used as the choice of funding contribution. But please do know that even though you are making your payments with USDT, you will need TROX, Tron, okay, for the transaction fee. And Tron blockchain has very low transaction fee for transferring your funds. Now, there are 10 doorways to which you can participate. Remember, I said you can be a part of the community and become a venture capital with as low as $100. Yes, that was very correct. The first entry is tier 1, is $100. The second one is 200. Now, everyone is independent payments. $100 for tier 1, $200 for tier 2. Does that mean I'm going to add extra $100 to my initial $100? No, you are paying a fresh $200. Please don't get it twisted. Tier 3 is $400. No, yes, you have done tier 100, tier 2, 200. That's a total of 300. Am I going to add $100 to make it 400? No, it's a full payment of 400 to get it at tier 3. So that simply means if you add 100, 200, 300, you've made a total contribution of 700. If you want to get to tier 5, where majority of people actually push for to start, you spend about $3,100. I started at tier 5, 1 to 5 instantaneously. Then I scaled to tier 6. Then I scaled to tier 7. So I'm currently at tier 7, meaning I have put in $12,700 into this first project. But this is the dynamics. Anything you contribute between your tier 1 and tier 2, 50% of it will be put into trading. Remember, it's not a quick fix. They will trade over time, and you get some profit. As you get the profit, you withdraw your profit. Now, they also put in 50% of that into a kind of a referral network where you can also earn. Then there's also equity, like Rapanat, just for contributing to Coinbase. He had equity stake, and that was what he was willing to cash out April this year. So for your $100, you have 1 share. For your $200, you have 3 shares. So for me, I'm on tier 7. It simply means I have 127 units of Endotech stock when they go live. So those are things that can become very monumental in value by next year. Now, any contribution you make between tier 8 to tier 10, rather than putting 50% of it in the trading, they are putting 70% of it in trading, allowing you to earn much more money passively. And again, you are still getting equity, which is why we talk about profit, equity, and income. Now, I do know a lot of us are busy professionals getting about other things that we do, other businesses, could be still network marketing, health related, different things like that. And you don't want to take up another job. You don't want to take something that is rather than stressing you, draining your time and all of that. So the question is, can I participate passively? How can I benefit passively? Yes, you can. Remember that 50 to 70% of your contribution will go into trading fund, earning you passive trading reward. So as they get to trade, you get rewarded with it. And whatsoever they make, 70% of that will be paid to you. Now, Endotech historically has developed an average annual profit of about 200%, even with compounding. And again, this number that I'm telling you is very, very, conservative, very conservative. But again, somebody at 200%, that's not too small. I know I can trade myself. Please, everybody can trade for themselves and they can even make 1,000%. But you understand the emotional trauma, you understand the sleepless night, you wake up in the morning to do your morning devotion, you are thinking the direction of the market, you are thinking whether the trade has closed, you are thinking where the candle is, whether you've gotten a margin call and all those things like that. But imagine you're having wealth with peace of mind, 200% minimum. That is fantastic to be able to create wealth. For some of us who are doing traditional businesses, some people don't even make 200% because it's just a cycle that keeps playing. Why do you think that sometimes even if you go to a bank to go and take a loan and you show them your papers to take a loan, listen, you tell a bank you're going to break even in your first year, no bank will give you that money. Trust me, no bank will give you that money. Because many of them don't want to see 3 to 5 years because that is when realistically they believe you'll be able to break in. So to break even, okay? So Endotech historically develops an annual profit of about 200%. Now, The goal of this super AI is to increase the current trading result even up to 4 times. So imagine that by next year, this super AI is out, and we suddenly just move this from 200% to 800% per annum. That is very conservatively, again, that is very, very, that will be outstanding for a lot of people, because a lot of people in the traditional world, anything that crosses over 25% per annum, they tell you is a scam, because their mind also have been rejigged and reprogrammed that anything outside that is a scam. But a lot of possibilities, which will show you some of it. So you also get exclusive equity shares in the IPO of Endotech that is planned for 2022. Now, this is a real result. Again, remember that past performance is not indicative of future performance. What I do share here is for informational use only. I'm not a financial advisor. We're just sharing information. Now, this is a real AI result from Endotech Trading, and this is my personal result. I even wanted to update it today to show other things that had happened. Like I said, some of us had the opportunity to beta test it earlier this year, just for 4 days before it was opened up to the rest of the world, March 30th. For it, I'm seeing 7% here profit. That's $233. Seeing 13% for $420. And for each of these, you are seeing request payout. You are seeing request payout. Remember, we did mention that you can withdraw your money at any time. They don't have cutoff. Oh, this is when we withdraw. No, you withdraw your money anytime. And this was May 1, and I saw $1,207, and I pulled it out. Okay, and I think 2 weeks later I pulled out another 1,400 and something dollars. It's traded. I'm not the one trading. So for me, this is passive, and a lot of people experience this. Yes, the entire market is down, and so it fluctuates. It's real-time price. So sometimes you go in, you see the price is up, the price is down, it's in a negative, it returns back because it is real time. So this is not something that promises you once you put your money, you just keep cashing out. No, it's giving you the entire full value, so that if there is profit, you share or 70% of that profit. If there is a loss, you share it with them while they work out with their algorithm to make sure everything goes back into profit, as they have always done from the things we have seen that they've done over the years. So there's a referral pay plan tied to this. For those of us that choose to want to share this with others, you get referral bonus on contributions of your personal referral. Everybody you personally get in, you get rewarded for that. As you begin to build your own tribe and build your own structure and team, you also get rewarded. As your team members are earning, you're also earning. There's a lot of money on the table around this. But I'll just talk about one of it, which is the matrix bonus. And let me just show you something quickly. Let's even say, like we said, you began with $100. Some of us, I'm on tier 7, okay, that's 12,700. But let me just show you the possibility of what $100 can do for you. That you were to join in with just $100, and even if you don't do anything with this $100, you are getting spillovers, and you are still going to earn, even though you've not brought anybody. But if you choose to be a part of the entire happening to create spillovers for other people to share with your own community, and you're building a tribe, you can earn much more. But look at what is possible with $100. Even if all you did was $100, in 10 generations, because we're on a 3x10 matrix, meaning 3 people on your first line, 9 people on your second line, 27, 81, down to your 10th generation, which accumulates to about 88,000 people. Not all brought in by you, but all spillovers and everything, teamwork. You could earn from your $100 as much as 344,000 US dollars. Yes, you read that. You could earn as much as 344,000 US dollars, even from $100. Now imagine that you on a $200 matrix. That should double. What if you have a $400 matrix? What if you were in $800? What if you had up to tier 7 like I did, or you go up to tier 10? So you see, there's a lot of money on this table, just building the community together. Now, there's benefit in referring contributors because you get to create supplementary income or life-changing income from the referral commissions. Remember, it's still optional. You will receive a share of all crowdfunding contributions, all the trades that are happening globally. There's a way you get to, and you also begin to benefit from all of that. You receive additional equity shares, just like Rapanas got making money from his stocks and in Coinbase when you qualify for such. And you can use this referral income to fund additional crowdfunding contribution, either you upgrade or you use it to go into other projects that we are actually moving into. So a lot of us did that. Like I said, I started tier 1 to tier 5. As more monies were coming in, I used that to upgrade to tier 6. As more money was coming, I moved that to tier 7. And even use a lot of the money to get into the next phase of the project where we are right now. So everything I've just talked about right now is project 1 of the VC community. You can be a part of the project 1 and you are not a part of the project 2. Please understand that project 2 is not compulsory. You can be a part of project 1 and you don't want to be a part of project 2. And right now it's also possible for you to even be a part of project 2 and you're not even a part of project 1. So it's when you understand the interplay of both, you want to marry them both together. So let's take a look at project 2 and what it has to offer. But please, the contributions you made for project 1 does not cover for project 2. If you want to get involved with project 2 has its own cost and its own involvement, which you will got to pay and subscribe to. Because some people say, no, I've been a part of project 1, I put money in project 1, that they should take that and cover. Please, there's no drama. This thing is as clear as day and night. So let's take a look at project 2. Project 2 is basically a DeFi launchpad. The Daisy DeFi launchpad. Somebody says, what is DeFi? Well, DeFi is decentralized finance. It's the fastest growing and the most lucrative sector in the cryptocurrency market. And the DeFi is the future of finance because it's removing the middlemen like banks and facilitating peer-to-peer lending and borrowing. And this capital raise that we are getting involved is to be able to fund the launch of this platform that has the capacity to bring top DeFi projects to the market. Now, there are a lot of projects that wants to be launched. Again, some of us this last few weeks, we've been following the launch of Richard Branson. We've also been following the launch of Elon Musk. But you see, all of them, they are using NASA to launch. They don't own NASA. NASA is a launch pad. So whether it is Blue Origin or it is Virgin Orbit or whichever one might be coming, you still come to use NASA's platform to launch it. So you will make money, NASA will make money. So what we have here is that we are creating our own launch pad, and as we bring this top DeFi Blue Origin project and other top projects, and as they launch, you also get benefits. With that, for being a part of those who funded this launch pad, you get to receive equity, rewards, profits, and you also have access to some of these DeFi token at heavily discounted prices. Now, what we have here as a community that we are funding here is a DCO launchpad. So two things are buried in one: Daisy DeFi token and DCO launchpad. So one is asking, what is DCO? Well, DCO is a decentralized crowd offering. And what we are doing as a community, remember we're operating as a venture capitalist, is that we are a community that is backing up mega projects. There are projects that is backing, they don't have the community. We have the community. We are over 143,000 of people. So that's a huge community of people that can tilt anything. You go to some Telegram groups, you see just 2,000 people, they are doing pump and dump. You go to some Telegram groups, 5,000 people, they are launching projects and people are screaming. Imagine if 140,000 plus of us decide to pump a project. That project will just go over the moon, basically. So we're a community that is backing mega projects, and this provides disruptive projects with the community they deserve, because there are dreams out there that need community to boost them, but they don't have them. Richard Branson can have that beautiful aircraft, spacecraft or whatever, but if there is no NASA to pump it and launch it out, it will be buried as a dream. So as a community, we are providing this disruptive project with the community that they do deserve. And that also helps us because this provides our community with the projects that we inspire, because these projects are not just going to come, we get to vote, we get to vet them, and we like them, and it inspires us, then we get behind them. Now, participating members will be getting profit, equity, and income. Remember, the first project we got profit, equity, and income. Also in this project, again, this is phase 2 project. You are going to participate. If you choose, you'll get profit, equity, and income. And the DAISY token is the utility token for this DAISY Launchpad. So why do you come to use our platform? We have our own token, which serves as fuel, as gas for you to get up into the digital orbit. And every one of us who owns this DAISY token, and we now choose to stake it, token stakers will have exclusive first round access to each project. So every project that comes to use our platform, as they launch or before they launch, because you were a staker, you will have priority access to those projects also, because you have your DAISY token staked. Then token stakers also will earn yields when each project raise begins. What that simply means is that you are also going to earn airdrops because you are a staker of the DAISY token. And when these projects are running, you also get airdrops from them just because you are in the community. Then again, token stakers get to earn additional DAISY token after the project is being raised. So just having the DAISY token in your custody has multiple multiplier effect even to your wealth creation in the days ahead. Now, the valuation of this DAISY token will be beginning at $5 in the next 24 days. In the next 24 days, okay? Yeah, in the next 24 days, this token will be in the market and the valuation is $5 per token. Right now, for getting people to join you or to participate in this, there's a referral bonuses that are being paid. Interestingly, they are not paying it in DAISY token because that will be a kind of watering our token. They choose to pay you in USDT so as to maintain the integrity of our token, to see that if, as a matter of fact, that's a statement to say our token is much more valuable than the USDT. So pay them in dollars, keep our token. Many other structures would have rather say, okay, for everybody you get paid in more token. No, they choose to pay you in USDT with the referral bonuses. Now, 300 million tokens were available for sale, and in the pre-sale round, the first round 1 has taken place. It was 10 cents. It sold out. We had round 2, 25 cents, sold out. Round 3 at 50 cents, closed right now. And where we are right now is what we call the preferred customer round. That's the current round right now. And that preferred customer round actually began July 15. Today is 21, right? So, and this will run till July 8. So we just have about 8 days, 8 days to go for this remaining PC round. So in case you are listening to this for the first time, you just have 8 days, and you don't want to even wait to the 8 days because there's a reason why. You want to participate as early as possible. Now, who can participate in this PC round? Somebody is asking. Well, any member of the DAISY community who have registered and has funded a minimum of tier 1 in the DAISY AI crowd, that's you are part of project 1, you can also participate. People who do not join the DAISY community and only want to purchase the token. Remember, I said you can be a part of project 1 and you're not even a part of project 2. They are even giving right now an option where you can be a part of project 2 without being a part of project 1. So even if you are not a part of the DAISY community, you can buy the token, but it simply means your benefits is just tied around the token, and everything we've just discussed about project 1 and all the stocks, the equities, and the personal sales, everything, all of that, you do not get any of that. Well, how many tokens are sold in this PC round? Remember, it's a total of 75 million being allocated for each. We have 4 rounds, so we have 75, 75, the first 3 gone. So this is the last round of 75 million tokens available, and any token that is not sold in this PC round will be burnt. A couple of tokens were burnt in the 3rd round. Again, that's a huge statement because it's a deflationary token. Now, what is the token price for the PC round? Well, it's a linear increase in price after each purchase. As people buy, it begins to rise little by little. So if you go to daisypresale.com, you will see that the price is rising. Now, token price started July 15th at 1 USDT, and it's increasing up to a final price of 150 at that will be July 30th. But currently it's 1.011 something. So it means, again, it is growing. The earlier you purchase, the lower the price you will pay. Now, they have bonus tokens that have been offered to DAISY members who are participating in this PC round. Remember, I said, if you remember, you can also participate. Well, if you are registered in DAISY prior to July 7th, okay, 12 noon Nigerian time, for every purchase you make, you'll be getting 25% additional. So it means if I come right now and I just, okay, what's the price now? $1 plus, I buy $100 worth, I'll get 25% extra added. If I buy $1,000, I get $250 added. Whatsoever you buy, you get 25%. Now, if you registered after 12 noon, July 7th up to July 30th, for first in the community as a member, and you now want to buy, you'll be receiving 10% additional token on your PC purchases. But please make sure you've already joined before you buy, because some people go to buy, then they now come to join. No, that's auto reverse version. That will not work. So if you want to get that 10% extra for every token you buy, please make sure you're in the community. But remember, you can still join even if you're not in the community. How many tokens can you purchase in the PC run? I saw that in our Telegram group this evening. Somebody was asking, how can I still buy more? How many can I buy? Well, you can buy any number of tokens at the price listed as at the time of the purchase, which will be between the range of $1 and $1.50. So you can buy just one. Interestingly, it's not tied to the tiers. You can buy only two. You can buy 100, you can buy 105, you can buy 243, you can buy 1,021. So there is no, you can even just go and say, okay, what is left? I want to buy everything myself, and you can buy it. So there is no limit. Remember, the maximum available is was 75 million. So you just go and look at what is left, and probably you can just buy it off and close it. So the optimal outcome is to purchase as many tokens as you can and as quickly as you can. Do token purchase in the PCRO have a vesting period? Because I got a call from somebody who called me last night. First, sometimes it has to do with the approach. I answer people's question, but don't ask question as if you are be sure of what you are asking, because what the person was asking is, first the person asked, can I sell my token within all my token within my first 3 months or once they go live? And I said no. The person said, you guys don't tell people about this. You know, that was an accusation. And the question I asked the person was, have you been following my presentations? Have you seen my presentation? You don't attend the webinars. We do the recording, we drop them, you don't watch it. Then you come out of the blues, you know. But I think I still had the Holy Ghost around me yesterday. I was not in my human ghost, so I was responding and I wasn't reacting. So all I did, I said, if you're interested, there is no drama. I'm not going into any argument. I will send you the tokenomics. And the person said, okay. So and I sent the tokenomics to the person for the person to view. So please let me be explicit and clear again. Anybody that buys a token, there is a vesting period. Yes, all discounted pre-sale, because it's a pre-sale. We're not doing pump and dump. This is a real community with real people. All discounted pre-sale and PC round token have a vesting period. Now, 5% of whatsoever you purchase will be unvested over 90 days. It simply means, let's say I have 1,000 token. What's 5% of 1,000? 10% is 100, so 5% is 50. In your first 90 days, they will be releasing a fraction of that every day for 90 days. So whatever you accumulate a week, if you want to even sell the one they release to you that day, you can sell it. You remember, you can sell one, you can sell two, you can sell anything, it's yours. But in your first 90 days, 5% will be released. Now, the balance of the tokens that are on from your fourth month will be unvested at the rate of 10% per month. Listen, I better have something that I know the value is going up. than to I have 100% of everything and the value is at the bottom. Some of us right now who are into crypto, you have tokens you have bought. You have 100% of the token, but you're not selling it now. Why? It's at the bottom. But you come here, you want to now form drama. When you have your own personal tokens of other things you have bought, you did not sell them because the market is down. You now want to, why wouldn't they allow me to sell? Go and sell all your Bitcoin now. Go and sell all your Ethereum. Go and sell all your Doge. Please, I do not, it's like I said, it's not a question, it's the approach to it. And when all of this is very, very clear and the reasons why. So the balance will be vested at 10% per month. Now, do my vested tokens earn staking reward? Again, that's beautiful. It's yes, because it's like a fixed deposit. So why it's even being held? They are paying you for it. Unvested token can continue to be staked. So even when they release it to you, you can stake it again or you can sell it. Vesting of token protects the price of token by avoiding token owners who bought low, selling tokens quickly and negatively affecting everybody. Now, some of you right now will be buying at $1. Remember, some people got it at 10 cents. So at 10 cents, that's already 1,000%. Then before you want to compete with them. So if they don't hold this thing, the intent is to make sure this thing rises proportionately so that everybody will win. How does a non-DAISY member assess the PC round? Well, if you are not in our community and you don't intend to join us, but you want to get this token, they must be referred by an existing member of the DAISY community. And they use a referral URL to access the PC round provided by the DAISY member. As a DAISY member, if you log into daisypresale.com from your Tron wallet, you will see your referral link. Copy it, give it to them. So these referral links are available at your DAISY Presale back office. Now, what do I earn from PC round purchases made by my team members, DAISY members? Well, first, it means you must be a member of the DAISY community to be able to earn that. But every time people buy, you earn 10% referral bonus. Normally, it was 5% in our community, but now it's 10%. And you also earn 3x4 matrix bonuses as they are making the contribution, 3% to 4%, whatever they contribute in buying their token is also being paid to you. It's coming quite substantially to a lot of people that they are enjoying that. Now, what do I earn from PC purchases made by non-DAISY members? Again, even if non-members are buying, you still get to earn 10% referral bonus. And you also earn 4% matrix. So for everybody that buy directly using your link, you are earning 14%. So think about that. Somebody probably bought $1,000 worth and you earn around $40 just because the person bought from you. That's quite amazing. If I'm not a member of DAISY, can I join DAISY after July 15? Yes, you can. You can join during this period, the next 8 days you can join. Set up your wallet, fund it, register with DAISY, so you are 100% ready to purchase your PC round, and you also be able to refer others, because even non-members can also still refer. And in referring others to buy token, and you earn instant payment, and you can even use that to buy more token. So more people are upgrading to buy more token. Remember, you can buy one, you can buy two. But please know that for every purchase, you also need the equivalent TROX for the gas fees. I mean, smart contract takes that. All right. Okay. Let me quickly wrap this up. Why pre-sale makes sense. Again, for some people, they might not appreciate, how can I be buying it at $1? Well, we see things like this NXT. This was the pre-sale price. Current price over 250,000%. You see IOTA over 520,000%. You see Ethereum over 700,000%. For some of us, yes, we got it at 10%. That's already a huge 5,000%. For us, for some of us, we are getting it at 25 cents. Some of us got it at 50 cents, and some of us are getting it at $1. But imagine if you were to buy something right now at $1, and in the next 25 days, it will be worth $5. Think about 500%. Now, even though the crypto market has stuck, I don't know how many cryptos right now in the next 25 days would have risen by 500%. I was speaking to somebody last night and said, He said, look, rather than buying the dip, let me buy more days because I am certain in the next 25 days, this will have risen about 25%. Now the person is logical, the person is putting his brain to work, and she's actually thinking of the numbers because the numbers don't lie. So I want us to check this as we wrap this up. Quickly, I'll just show you something, then I will we'll close this meeting. Now, I always like showing this, but I'll show something a little bit different today that caught my attention just in the last 2 weeks. Now, this is CoinGecko, and I come to DeFi. Remember, we're in the DeFi space. Look at top 100 DeFi coins, okay, by market capitalization. The number one here is Uniswap, and August 15 will be going live. It will be listed on Uniswap, okay? That's our first thing. But again, when you come here and you look at Uniswap, you see, if I click on Uniswap here, you get to see that the price now is about $16, okay, per coin. But look at it, just 10 months ago, all-time low was $1, all-time low, September 20. All-time high was $44 3 months ago. So how do you put $1? For every $1, you make $44. That's pretty good. And this happened within the space of 7 months. Okay, the space of 7 months. So a lot of people would have just put their $1 there, and they are making so much money. They might not be able to explain to you, and you think it's a hoax. You might even think they're fraudsters. I can go through a lot of this, but I don't want to waste time. But let me just check out. I'll just show you 2 more and a latest thing that caught my attention. Look at Yen Finance, $28,000. But when you look at Yen Finance, July last year, okay, today is July 21. This was July 18 last year. The low was $31. Look at the high, May this year, May 12, was $90,000. How do you move from $31 to $90,000 within 10 months? Within 10 months, because basically it was 10 months. Within 10 months, you move from $31 to $90,000 for each token. So even if you held just 100 Daisy token and it moved to 90,000, now you moved 900, almost $1 billion, almost $1 million, guys, just from just 100. Things are happening here you will never know. You will never know. I'll show you socks. Okay, I normally show this, but I'll show you that. I'll show you something else that caught my attention the last 1 week or so. Take a look at socks. Socks right now is $40,000. It has gone up. Guys, I don't know the last time you checked. I know it was at 35. To tell you, these things are still trading. It was 35 the last time we checked, 35, 38. But look at socks right now. It has even gained 4%. It means people are buying it. Somebody covered $40,000 to buy it. Take a look. All-time low was just March 13 last year, $41. All-time high, $164,000. The same March this year. So imagine in the space of 1 year, you move $41 to $164,000. You only needed one to have made over $100,000. What if you bought 10? That means you would have done over $1.6 million. If anybody had told you as at March last year that $41 will go to over, even at the current price of $28,000 or $40,000, guys, this is still a steal. You bought it at $41, and remember that's not pre-sale. Then and it went to $40,000. Just think about the numbers. Let me even look at the percentage right now. This is over 98,000%, even with a drop to 40,000. Look at it, 98,750% in 1 year. Please, guys, which real estate will give you this? Which stocks? Which bond? Listen, there are crazy things people are doing, and they are making stupid money. If they can't explain, you think everybody's a fraudster. No, this is the DeFi space. This is what is happening. Let me just wrap this up and show you this. I hope we can still see. I hope we can still see my screen, because I want to show one more thing. Let me get that feedback. Can we still see my screen, please? Let me not get it. Most times I get excited and people don't get it. Please, can I have a feedback? Still see my screen? Okay, yeah, all right, okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you, grateful. Okay, so please, guys, take a look at this. Monies are being minted every day in this DeFi space. Take a look. There is a new thing that was launched last week. It's called MM, not MMM. It's called Million. million. How much is million today? Million is $78 because for us launching at $5, Emeka will always say this thing will go to $50 within 6 months. For what? If it goes that, my life would have changed. Really? Your life can truly change within the next 6 months. Which is why, listen, the price right now, if you know what's to happen in the next 6 months, you'll be excited to even load more. Now, take a look at million. How much is the current price of million? It's $78. Please follow me on this journey. Bam, bam, tan, tanan, 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 tanan. All-time low 13 days ago, July 8th. How much was it? $5. All-time high, July 14, which is 6 days after it went to 222. Listen, guys, this thing is just happening within the last 2 weeks. So I'm not showing you those ones. I say 1 year. $5. And all-time low was $5, July 8th. All-time high, 6 days after, was 222. So even imagine people bought our maybe Daisy token at $5 and it goes to 200. Do you know how many percentage is that? Then you got it at $1. Or some of us that got it at 10 cents or 25 cents. This is how money is created. In fact, let me show you something so that you understand the long term. Let me max this up. Actually, this million token was released at about $27. $27 into the market. $27. That's the listing price here. Then it crashed from this $27 to, look at it. Okay, look at it here. $5. Look at it. $5.08, which is what you see here. This is it here. So imagine you were here at 27. We talk, this thing is a scam. Drama. Because it crashed to $5. You must have long-term perspective. Like Emeka will always say, he's even projecting 200, 1,000. If you follow Emeka, you will lose sleep. But you see, those numbers are realistic because of the patterns we have seen. So take a look. $5. This was July 8th. And what do we see at the peak here? 223, July 14, 6 days after. 6 days after. How do you exactly, if you follow Emeka, you will lose sleep. The guy is always punching numbers. So how do you this is not even, so if you look at the dates actually when this happened, this was listed July 4. July 4. Okay. So July 4 to when it came to its peak was even 10 days because that was July 14, 10 days. And now we're even talking December. We are talking give us 6 months, give us 1 year. This thing will get to $50. Do you see what we are talking about? And I can guarantee you they don't have 140,000 people, real-time people behind community to pump this up. If we want to pump our Daisy token, it will just go over the moon. So ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to show you real-time value. This one is just a recent, this July project from $5. And yet some people might have got it at pre-sale. So maybe 10 cents, maybe $1. If you had the opportunity to know that what is listed at $5 will go to 200, will you hesitate to buy it at $1 or even $2? No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the truth of how Chris said he bought 10 pieces alone. You bought 10 pieces alone. You didn't even tell us, okay? Okay, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And that's what we are talking about here tonight. So let's wrap this up so that you can go check out much more. Act now, lock this at the best price of currently what it is. There is a hack on how to even get this token at a lower price. please get to the Telegram group. That's all I can say. I posted the video. That video was made by my sponsor and kept in a private member only access. I have a way of sometimes unhacking some hack to get out that video, and I put it on our Telegram group. In fact, I unlisted it because at first I put it on as a public. I had to put it on unlisted, so it's not available. You can't Google it. You can only have that link to access it. So if you want to get this, go watch that. It's just a 19-minute video, and so that you can the numbers just are crazy, guys. There's a lot of money on the table for every one of us here to make. So act now, lock in the best price of this Daisy token, and let's do this together. So imagine owning equity in projects, revolutionizing the current and the future financial industry. You earn passive profit reward, you access discounted and free DeFi token. You even earn referral income from sharing this opportunity with others. Remember, we won't have other projects coming up between now and October. About 2 projects will be listed and all of that. So the platform just keeps evolving and getting better. So what's your take? Get back to the person who invited you to, if you're a guest, to listen to this call. This webinar is recorded. I will get the recording out within 30 minutes. It will be on the Telegram group. If you are not on the Telegram group, get back to whoever invited you to give you the link to the Telegram group, harvest the recording, listen to it again, and make your decision. Why should you do that? Because the next move is on you. Remember that the capacity to earn is a gift, the ability to earn is a skill, but the willingness to earn is your choice. With that being said, I want to say thank you very much for being a part of tonight's presentation. Truly appreciate you stopping by, investing your night, morning, or afternoon with us, and we are grateful. Thank you, and God bless you.